Oh, hi there. Uh-oh, Ian was gambling again? Oh, we were gambling. Oh, we were gambling big time. But is it really gambling if you're just getting rich? Because that's what I was doing. I was getting rich. I am a master of the slots. Haley, you want to join me? Alright, so before we dive in, stream disclaimer, I've been kinda busy. I've been actually very busy between streams. I've been doing some level grinding, I've been grinding at the game corner, and I've procured some valuable assets while I was there. I actually had a lot of time to kill while I was watching sports this week. So I figured, why not pick up a yellow flute? Why not pick up a miracle seed, a mystic water, a charcoal? Have I worked on the ZA video? Hell no!
It's too busy gambling.
I was, dude, I am out of whack right now, man. I'm averaging less than 6 hours of sleep a night, which for me is like death. For like the last week. Sports has been keeping me up. I haven't even had the energy to play video games. I've just been such a zombie. And then I was like, okay, we need a pick-me-up. Stream is gonna be great tonight. I'm gonna get the gang together, and we're gonna play Repo. And then Tyler messages me 5 minutes before the stream. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, I just realized that I don't have internet. Bro! Ah! Yeah, no, I didn't work on the ZA video. Nothing happened this week. Alright, I do got some evolutions to do. I figured I'd save these for stream.
Wait, where'd you get all the stone?
The supermarket? Or the whatever it's called, the superstore?
Department store?
Yeah, that. Do 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 do. It's an impromptu, alright. Yeah. I didn't even level grind as much as I wanted to. I wanted to get everyone to level 32, but I stopped at 30.
Oh. Yeah, I've been busy too. I went from 2 badges to right behind you.
For real?
Yeah. After my final today, I've literally just been doing nothing but playing Pokemon and catching up.
Nice.
My team is complete, or at least I have all the members.
What is your full team?
Right now, I have Charizard, I have Wigglytuff, I have Gloom, that's going to be Lovely Vileplume, I have Eevee, that's going to be Vaporeon, I have Pikachu, and then I have Hitmonlee.
Alright, Hitmonlee.
Which means when you get there, you need, if you have not already, you need to choose Hitmonchan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. I'm not going that way yet.
Wait, what?
I'm not going that way. I've been ignoring whatever it's called.
Saffron City?
Yeah. Anyways, I still may hang out with the bros after stream, or after a Fire Red Leaf Green. I know that League of Legends is not something people tend to enjoy watching, but there's a chance that's what we end up doing today. But we'll see, we'll see. And then if plans completely fall apart, I'll play Yakuza. But this was a rare instance where I managed to get a hold of Disham to hang out, and I tend to value the rare opportunities to hang out with Disham. Alright, so one last thing, and then I'll update our sidebar. You think 8 Pokemon is a lot? Well, guess what? We're about to add number 9. That's right. Final Pokemon. I better save before I pick this so that I can get a good nature.
He's getting Porygon.
Well, the funny thing is, so you guys actually didn't see it? Oh, bad gender. I guess I'm gender locked with my nickname. I didn't show it on stream, but I also grinded out enough tokens to get Porygon too. Well, Porygon 2 is in TOO. Another female.
I just realized I got all the nuggets to afford the TMs at the game corner, and I ended up really only needing Ice Beam and Shadow Ball. And I guess I bought Andro. But Pikachu and Charizard are in Thunderbolt and Flamethrower.
I picked up Ice Beam. I did not pick up anything other than Ice Beam, but I'm kind of debating on if maybe I should have picked up Thunderbolt instead for another female. What the bloody? Debating on if I should have picked up Thunderbolt for Jolteon, because I'm going to use Thunder Wave on it, and then eventually teach it Thunder, but because Ice Beam is probably less important. I got it for Starmie, but I don't think I actually need it that badly. Problem is Starmie's kind of forced into using Psychic. Another female? Am I just unlucky, or is it, like, fixed?
It's not.
Okay, so I just rolled a 1 in 16. We high rolling today.
Well, I mean, you could check by checking the nature before resetting, but I don't think it's fixed.
Huh, well, I got another female, and that would be 32. 1 in 32 odds. Ian hates women confirmed.
Alright, males.
Oh, crap. Okay, well, I accidentally picked up a Abra. And it's another female! Okay, now I'm at 1 in 64 odds. Or am I at 1 in 32? I think I skipped 1 in 32.
Well, I just checked and it's not fixed. You're just unlucky.
What if I, like, leave the building and re-enter?
That's a little much, don't you think?
It's another female!
Well, it makes me feel better. I'm getting only male EVs.
It's a different nature, though. Okay, am I at 1 in 64 or 1 in 128?
I thought is Dratini.
Is Dratini primarily female? I didn't think so. Bro, there ain't no way my luck is this bad. Wait, relaxed was what it was the last time, or the time before I left the building? So maybe, like, leaving the building reset my RNG? What is this madness? Okay, there ain't no way I am 1 in 256 odds unlucky. It's just not possible. It's a different nature! Guys, what is going on?
You're just a lady magnet.
Oh! Wait, hold on. Who's my lead Pokemon member? Would that influence it? No, I have Zeus at the front. There's no way Zeus has... He has Volt Absorb.
I don't think
Am I
any
1
of
in
those
256 odds unlucky? I don't even remember what comes after 256. 512? Okay, finally! So I was just unlucky. At this point, if I get a bad nature, I guess I'm gonna have to eat it. Alright, this is a really troll nickname. But every time I
How do
think
you
of
pronounce
Dragonite...
it?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. It's been so long since I watched the show, I couldn't even tell you. It's been that long.
I'm gonna call him Queso.
I was gonna say Quetzal. Minus
Queso.
special
Well, yeah.
defense plus defense.
I'm saying Queso is in the cheese sauce.
No.
I got a female Eevee. Hope
What do
it's a
we
good
think,
nature.
guys? Minus special defense plus defense? I mean,
That's
it's kind of... Yeah, I feel like that's good enough. I was gonna argue a neutral nature's probably good
Check
in the
quiet.
first place.
Please
Huh?
check quiet.
Check Wyatt?
Never mind, I already did it. Ugh, I'm resetting. I'm like, wait, actually, hold on.
You think you know what the reference is? Well, I'll explain what the reference is. The reference is, an old PBS show called Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales, Dragon Tales.
Yeah, now that song's gonna be stuck in everyone's head if you know it. If you know it, you know it, and now you'll be singing it for the next hour.
Honestly, I think I got a really good nature, second to modest, or third to modest and timid. I got quiet, which is plus special attack and minus speed. But Vaporeon, speed is like the lowest stat aside from defense, I think.
I gotta update my sidebar here. This one. No, not that one. 12, 2. That one. And 11, 2. Alright. We ride. Yeah, I had to look up the names for Dragon Tales. I literally didn't remember anything from it. But the old yellow dragon kind of looks like Dragonite. A little bit. And every time I see Dragonite, I think it's so cartoonish that it looks like it came from like a kid's cartoon. So I figured ye old Dragonite will round out our team. Per the rules of the Pokemon Marathon, Butterfree is technically not part of my roster. Like, it's not part of the Hall of Fame roster. So I'm not actually duplicating on Flying type. But, yeah. We'll keep Butterfree on the sidebar just because it deserves the recognition. I probably, from this point forward, have more or less perma-benched Butterfree. But I will say, Butterfree was, like, hard-carrying this run for quite some time. Butterfree deserves the honor. I have newfound appreciation for it. Alright, and now we can finally move forward. Oh yeah, did I ever restock my super potions? I did. Good. Grinding was kind of a pain in the butt. What do you think the odds are Voltorb has less than 40 HP? Probably not very high. Huh. I don't have any sort of counter here. Alright, go get him. Grinding is a pain in the butt. Hence why you can't replay these older games without unlimited rare candies. I didn't mind too much, because like I said, I was doing it while I was watching sports. So, like, I wasn't even really, like, paying that much attention. Since this is, like, playoffs, I was, like, really committed to actually watching my teams play. So I didn't want to, like, play any other games. Unfortunately, my Penguins ended in defeat this week. It's so sad. But somehow my Hospital Timberwolves managed to win their round, so make that make sense. I will say, Squid, that I don't have cut on me. Well, I'll BRB. We'll go this way. Catch me on YouTube tomorrow. Alright, see ya. What was I talking about? Oh, right. Grinding. I will say that I basically intend for every playthrough in my Pokemon Marathon to be the last time I ever play these games. Like, I plan to never play Vanilla, Fire Red, and Leaf Green ever again after this playthrough. And my reasoning behind it is because if I ever replay these games, I'm just gonna play ROM hacks. Fire Red Leaf Green's boring. I don't disagree.
That's not true.
I mean,
How is
comparative...
it different than any other Pokemon game?
I have always held the opinion that Fire Red and Leaf Green is fun for a different reason. And for me, that is like appreciating Pokemon's roots. If that makes sense. Because the original Pokemon games are obviously very different from where the series evolved. And I'm okay with that. Also, this is a surprisingly good time to whip out Sandslash. But yeah, again, if I'm gonna go back and replay these, I'm just gonna find a ROM hack that makes it more interesting. Because they are very clunky games. I probably need to hold on to cut for this route, right? I'm pretty sure there's like more trees on this route. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I've talked about it before, but I'm like really trying to overhaul my mindset towards gaming as I now become a middle-aged boomer. And one of the things that I'm like really trying to hammer out is like I'm trying to get my classics out of my system. Like, I'm going back and I'm finishing the things that I always wanted to do in games. And then, like, I'm trying to kind of cut replaying games out of my repertoire, with the exception of, like, a handful of comfort games. And even for the comfort games, I still think I want to, like, drastically cut back on how much I replay them. Like, I would consider Skyrim a comfort game that I would love to revisit regularly. But whereas at one point in time I would have like wanted to play Skyrim every year, now it's like, well, maybe I kick off a playthrough every 2 or 3 years, you know? And I make sure it's a tightly knit playthrough where I'm only playing for 2 weeks. The 50-hour roleplay. Sorry, one moment. Figure I should shuffle my moves around. Gen 3 and prior, you dislike because of weak moves, because battles drag far longer. See, I actually think, and I know this is like my hot, fiery hot opinion, is that I actually think limited move pools are good for the game. I think when every Pokemon has like 8 quadrillion moves that it could pick from, it becomes less interesting. Plus, I think by limiting Pokemon's move pools, it allows you to carve out more of a niche for each one. Now, I think Pokemon did a terrible job with that, and that's why the older games suck, but I think you could, like, if you rebalanced Pokemon, like, I would still, like, if I were to rebalance the old gens and make my Super Giga favorite ROM hack, I would probably keep limited move pools, but I would, like, flesh them out so that you didn't feel like you were getting screwed over because your Pokemon never learned anything good. But I think I would make, like, lots of interesting... I would I would probably flesh out signature moves. And I would make the signature moves, like, very interesting. So, like, sometimes, like, there would probably be, like, risk versus reward. And then I think, like, you would still probably want to have, you would probably still want to have, like, some generic moves that, like, anybody could learn. But I think I would, like, nerf those moves so that they're not, like, optimal. Like, signature moves should probably take priority over the best, like, neutral moves. If that makes sense. Yeah, like, T-Bolt, Ice Beam, Flamethrower would still be a thing, but, like, maybe their power would only be, like, 80. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. At the end of the day, Pokemon still, like, I'm a firm believer that Pokemon is... also, I need to do that. For, Teeny and Matt for Weeping Bell. What was I talking about? Moves. I was talking moves. I don't know, I forgot my point. Oops. Ian's a little bit brain dead. Well, darn. But yeah, anyways, it would definitely, I'd have to put some heavy thought into it. Yeah, I forget what I'm a firm believer in. The Flying Spaghetti Monster, I guess.
The hash slinging slasher.
You definitely have to have neutral moves. I don't know. There would be a lot of balancing that would be... And I still think it's good that Pokemon is imbalanced in a sense. That you have some Pokemon that are stronger than others. Like, I think that's a good thing. But I think you could have weaker Pokemon still carve out their own niche. So, like, for people who want to, like, challenge themselves, they could still, like, get benefit out of the weaker Pokemon. I don't know. The imbalance comes from getting strong Pokemon mid to late game. Yeah, there's some stuff in that, too. Oops. Wait. No, we're fine. No, wait, I have Dratini at the front. Sebastian? Sebastian strikes me as, like, an Amish name. Like, I imagine that is, like, what an Amish person would have for a name. I don't know why I'm thinking about the Amish, but... Actually, I do know why I'm thinking about it. There's been, like, this house in a neighborhood near where I work, and I've been seeing this group of Amish people working on it for, like, the last 3 weeks. Like a rich person name? Maybe. Would I change Eviolite? Was Eviolite even in the first 4 gens? Gen 5 and later? Yeah, if I were to make a Super Giga ROM hack, it'd be first 4 gens. Though I suppose in theory you could add an item like that in. I don't know if you'd be able to program it, though. The problem with first-gen Pokemon is it feels like all you do is walk 5 feet and battle a new trainer. Walk 5 feet, battle a new trainer. And that just goes on and on and on.
I would say you also get poisoned a lot more. I swear every other battle I'm applying an antidote because of how often I get poisoned.
That is also true, and now that I think about it, I don't think I brought any antidotes with me on this trip. Yeah, I know they have poor. Oh, yeah, I guess you make a good point. I've seen ROM hacks with Mega Evolution, so it would make sense that if you could port that over, you could port anything over. I'm almost inclined to say that if I were to make my Super ROM hack, you almost would like want to just build it from the ground up. I mean, you'd have to like build 3 regions from scratch anyway, so might as well make it 4, right? Since when could you use 9 Mons? It's an extended party. Technically, Butterfree, Sandslash, and Primeape aren't part of the final party. And I'm currently running Sandslash just for cut, but the other 3 probably won't see a lot of run. Unless I have time to grind. Yeah, I have no antidotes. Maybe I should run back and heal, grab some. Because I know that there's actually a lot of, I know there's a lot of, poison Pokemon on this route. I remember, I think when I played Red and Blue last, like 6 or 7 years ago, I was like limping to the finish line on this route. And a lot of my Pokemon were like poisoned, and I was like, ah. Hey, Corphish. But yeah, let's buy a dozen antidotes.
Corphish is here? I saw he was playing Unite a night or 2 ago, or maybe that was forever ago. I don't actually remember.
Happy Friday, my dude. Happy Friday. Happy New Year. What? Happy May. It's May 5th. Also, did I say 6 or 7? I swear that wasn't intentional. Sorry if I'm low energy tonight, guys. I need you guys to carry the commentary. This one's on you. Ian is zombie. Silence Bridge. Trust me, I'll make everything worse. I'll play with you, sweetie. How's that ZA review? You know, you're the second person to ask me that tonight. And you're the second person I'm gonna say, you're funny. You a funny man. A quiet, relaxing stream is good. Yeah, I'm sure once I, mix a little bit of beverages in the near future, that'll give me a little bit of pep. Well, I said this, but I see there's some new people tuning in right now. I did have a fun after Fire Red Leaf Green activity planned today, but I don't know if that plan is gonna fall through or not. We'll have to see what happens for after hours.
What are you talking about? ARAM is totally fun.
I mean, I'm cool with ARAM. I don't know if Xeon... Well, Xeon mentioned the League, so I don't know. Maybe Xeon would be fine with that. The problem is I don't think any of my stream wants to watch League of Legends.
Here's what they want.
See, I think my viewers would actually watch Repo. I don't know if they would watch League. You remember watching my channel on YouTube? How have I been? I have been. I have been. That is the best way to describe it.
Yeah, you know, instead of tonight's repo arc, they could always watch the highlights of the last time I played repo. Oh wait,
I mean, I still have the whole VOD saved on my computer.
I don't know why you don't just release the VOD.
Because the VOD's like 8 hours long.
Well, if they really want to watch.
You're one of those weirdos that's more likely to watch League than Repo? Okay, that is crazy.
I don't think that's crazy, actually. I feel like Repo is kind of like Among Us. It's just a fading fad.
I mean, I never
League
even
is
really...
forever. It is life.
To me, I never even realized there was a Repo fad. But Repo's fun. Repo's fun if you play it once a year.
Yeah. I still feel like I'm kind of recouping from the last time we played Repo, weirdly enough. I know it's been long.
How? I, don't even remember what happens in that game.
Because you were drunk, Ian. Of course you don't remember.
True. If I ever need an editor to help chop down a VOD, nah, not this one. If you really insist, Corefish, I'll try to put you to work as soon as I get myself together here. I've been a very big hot mess for the last month. If I gotta get myself back on a normal sleep schedule. I don't know. I'm very out of whack at the moment. And I know it's been impacting my stream quality and probably my attempts to make content, but what you gonna do? I have no
Okay,
belief.
I don't think... Yeah, oh no! I didn't have YouTube chat pulled up. Yes. I do play Unite. Well, not recently, but I have had my fair share of it.
I thought we've had this conversation before.
With Corefish?
Yeah.
Um...
Everyone knows Haley plays Unite. Or at least everyone should know Haley plays Unite. Well, hello there, I used to say in my intro. No. I used to say, oh, hi there, and I still do. Although I didn't really say it for a good couple of years, but that was just because my streams... I never really took my stream super seriously, and lately I've been taking it a little bit more... a little more serious.
I saw that, and I also saw that the Johto starters were coming. And I'm pretty sure Meganium is going to be a supporter, so I'm actually kind of excited for that.
Did I do the Among Us too? We played Among Us back when it was first catching stride. I would actually be down to stream Among Us again if I knew enough people in the community wanted to play. but I don't know if we could actually get a group of 10 together.
That's what I always said. If Primarina ever came out, I will insta lock onto that champ, especially if she's a supporter. Like, just imagining Primarina with a Nami kit. Wah, chef's kiss.
Hey Amir, it has been a while. I stream early on Sundays now, just so you know, if you can't stay up. I started doing an earlier time slot for precisely that reason.
Wait, for real? I would not expect you to main support. Technically, I just play mages and supports, but whenever I play with my other Unite friends, I'm mostly the support.
I would actually
I
prefer
don't trust
to
anyone else to keep them bitches alive.
I would actually prefer to be a support main these days, but in League of Legends, I can't stand the camera in bot lane, so that's why I can't play support. So the next best thing is jungle.
Lissy, oh yes. I play all the healers, so I don't play Mr. Mime or Saber. I play Blissey, Clefable, and Eldegoss mainly.
When were you
I
gonna
kinda stopped
share that
playing
you
whenever
played
Alchemy
Blissey with
came
me,
out.
Haley?
Yeah, Blissey can be aggressive though if you play her right. I can't tell you how many times I've stolen objectives with egg bombs or with her unite damage. It's so fun. Okay, wait. I need to show you some of these clips from. Okay, so you know how Clefable's ult works, where she rolls moves. I'm gonna stop there and I'm just gonna show you the clip.
Sorry.
Whenever I find it.
Sorry, chat. We've got Haley on the Unite train. My commentary now no longer matters.
Oh, you were like, you guys carry this. I don't feel like talking. My energy is low.
Yeah, I was just memeing, bro. Did a bunch of Pokemon Gen 10 get leaked? I have not been paying attention to PokeLeaks World lately. So I couldn't tell you. Ultra Super Mega Haley. Guys, are we gonna get absolutely decimated by the next gym? My Pokemon are like level 32 and the gym leader has a level 42. I feel like we're gonna get wrecked. Yeah, Koga. I guess we could Leech Seed with Venusaur and just stall it out. I'm doing the gyms in their proper order. In their badge order. Played any Pokemon ROM hacks? So, Pokemon and I have had a very rocky history for quite some time. But I've recently kind of revived my love for Pokemon. So, playing ROM hacks is something that's like on my agenda for the future. I've played a few in my time, but not like a ton. But yeah, I'm gonna probably be playing more ROM hacks in the future. Wait. I'm assuming it meant on the other side there. How am I getting Skarmory for this playthrough? I'm not. This is part of the Pokemon Marathon. So that's the other thing. I was originally actually eyeing up some ROM hacks, but then Pokemon dropped Fire and Leaf Green for the Switch, and I was like, oh, well, I guess we're doing that. Perfect time to do it. I'm sure we'll be fine versus the gym. What could go wrong? Yeah, Skarmory's Gen 2. Fire, as a reminder, for anybody who might need this reminder, this is part of mine and Haley's Pokemon Marathon, and our marathon was designed with team variety in mind, so that Haley can't use Gardevoir every game and I can't use Skarmory every game. But also, I don't want to actually use Skarmory in every game. I've said this before, but using Skarmory 18 trillion times has gotten boring. It was fun in ZA because it got the Mega Evolution, obviously, but like... And Skarmory's still my favorite Pokemon. It's just, I don't want to be using it every time I play a game. Petition the next game to have a co-op layout with Haley. Depends on what we play next. Might not be feasible. Well, I was thinking if we play another game in the near future, there's a good chance that I go back and revisit Scarlet and Violet. And if I go back and revisit Scarlet and Violet, we don't need to do co-op layout, because Haley will just play alongside me.
Okay, but I did mention it. We did. Okay, well, I thought about it.
What are we talking about? What are you talking about?
The co-op layout thing.
What about it?
You said petition to have the co-op layout.
Yeah, I know. What are you talking about?
I said that I mentioned it before.
Yeah, well, you mentioned it before because I mentioned his mention to you. I'm so confused.
I'm just saying that we talked about it after, like, not that, like, a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Now that...
Bro, you have, like, the worst case of not completing your thought.
Well, you ever just go through your thinking process and realize it's not even worth it, so you just kind of stop?
Yeah, except we're on stream and the viewers need their thoughts finished.
I don't know, I was just saying that a couple of days ago, I re-mentioned it, I forget the reason why. But that we could actually make it happen.
I mean, it also depends on what we're playing. Haley wouldn't be able to capture card any of the handhelds.
Anyways, I sent you a clip, Mr. Corfish. And it captures the mere essence of Clefable.
that thing just wrecked me. I don't know. I'm not making any promises on co-op, but I'll at least keep it in mind.
Yes, the soul locks. I always have thought those were kind of fun. I always tried to do one with my younger brother, but we can never keep up with it because school and work and stuff got in the way.
Oh, also, Corfish, in regards to Pokemon Champions, I played it the weekend that came out on stream for a little bit during After Hours. But that's all I played. I don't really think I'm gonna get into it. I don't have a lot of interest in that. Ian and Haley's Soul Link would be legendary. Yeah, see, there's one itty-bitty problem about that. You would have to actually get me to do a Nuzlocke.
It would be fun.
But you'd have to get me to do a Nuzlocke. Good luck with
might be
that.
a different, might give you a different taste, since it's not you just doing a Nuzlocke on your own.
Good luck with that. Getting me to do a Nuzlocke would be a miracle. It would be a miracle. I'm gonna run out of PowerPoints for Shockwave here. Good thing I got Jolteon before coming here.
This makes me miss Unite. I should have hit up my friends again after your finals are over. Make sure I secure my ticket to Hawaii.
Yeah. Let me know how that one goes. Man, Fearow is one of the most forgotten Pokemon. Completely overshadowed by Pidgeotto. Or Pidgeot. I always think Pidgeotto is the final Evo.
Ooh! You know, I have nothing to say to that.
What?
I'm gonna stick with Fish's words.
Streaming a Nuzlocke may be more worth my time than playing League for a millionth time? Well, that's just rude. I don't even play that much League. Lately I play a lot of ARAM, but that's just because ARAM's like a nice wind down end of game comfort game. A Nuzlocke would require me to actually think about what I'm doing, and I don't like that. I have definitely...
Do you think about what you're doing when you play Civ or something?
Well, usually I don't play Civ the wind down. notice that when I play Civ, it's usually when I have a day off or I'm playing on the weekend. It's because I have actual brain power on, like, the weekend. As I get older, I've come to want to think less and less when I play video games. Which is a big problem with why I have such a backlog of my gaming projects. Because, like, all my projects actually require thinking. That's why I want to get my 2K project in motion again, because playing 2K doesn't actually take that much brain power. Haley, you play League too. And usually I lose when I play with you.
Well, that's why I'm saying true.
Ah, okay. I see. Thinking about what I'm doing in effort is why more viewers would want to watch. Yeah, but then I would be miserable, and then viewers wouldn't want to watch.
What are you talking about? You made your whole persona seem miserable.
Yes and no. There's funny miserable, yes. And then there's not funny miserable. Like, when I did my black and white, especially the black and white 2 walkthrough, people could really tell I was not enjoying it. Like, I got so many comments during that series that were just like... They were, like, upset with me because, like, they could just tell in my commentary that I was not having a good time. I am not interested in making content just to please my audience. Like, if I'm not having fun, I don't want to do it. And...
It's okay, I'll steal the password one day and I'll record a Nuzlocke for us.
And if I don't want to do Nuzlocks because I don't find Nuzlocks fun, I'm not going to do it. Like, my logic behind that is why play a Nuzlocke when I could go check out a new ROM hack? Like, that would be more fun. That's a more efficient use of my time. Especially because I only have so much energy and time I want to dedicate to Pokemon, too. Alright, folks, I am going to go get myself a bevy. Hopefully that'll help me wake up and loosen up a little. And maybe if the cards land and Tyler somehow magically finds internet, we could have a wild night. Anyways, I'll be back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll play another hour of Fire Red Leaf Green when I get back, and then we'll go from there. Oof.
There was a time where I started diving into several ROM hacks. I played Unbound semi-recently, and it was really fun. I accidentally played through with a fairy monotype team. But it was fun. Remember the Dust Stone. Yes, gotta get that chandelier. I also played a ROM hack called This Gym of Mine, where you got to play as a gym leader, and I also did a fairy run of that. There was also another one. Oh yeah, it was called Mew Mew. You got to play as a Mew. Yes, I think This Gym of Mine was a really nice ROM hack. Like, just for the concept, I was filled with such hype. Like, looking in the very beginning where you could choose any type you want. You got your own starter. Like that was just so cool. Okay, Mew Mew mostly came from whenever I watched. I really am going to butcher his name. Verlis. No. Oh, what's his name? It was some YouTuber, but he plays ROM hacks. I think he still uploads. I used to watch him a lot when I was younger, and I would love watching him play those ROM hacks. I can find it. I believe in myself. I know who I'm talking about. Hero Voltzy! That's who it was. I am really lost in this rocket hideout. I cannot lie. Okay, Verlisify. I was thinking of Voltzy, but that is a YouTuber as well. He covers a lot of competitive stuff. Yeah, it was Voltzy. Yeah, I've heard a lot about him. I really watched him. Yes, the Casino Hideout, Just Jay. I only watched him when I was younger because I wanted to see my favorite Pokemon like kick ass in Wi-Fi battles. But after that, I just didn't really have much interest. I got the lift key. Now I gotta go back here to the elevator. But yes, I would always try to play Nuzlockes. I mainly tried them in Gen 6. And every time I got a Ralts and Oras and it died, I would just rage quit because I'd be so sad. I definitely agree, Mr. Corfish. I don't think I'm all too interested in playing ROM hacks like Radical Red, Emerald Kaizo, Platinum Kaizo, Blaze Black, like the ones that are meant to be super duper hard. I like watching other people play them. Yes, Pokemon challenges. I went through a little phase of him and Flygon HD when it came to Monotype Nuzlocke and other challenges and stuff. Not every ROM hacks, but with ROM hacks like those, the ones I mentioned, yes, they were made to be much, much more difficult. I know the main reason why Ian doesn't like Nuzlocke is because they're meant to make the game hard. And he's definitely not wrong, but I think I just have a very different definition of what hard is because I've watched those Kaizo and Blaze Black and Bolt White ROM hacks that I know what hard looks like, and Nuzlocke just aren't that for me. They're just a little challenge that inspire me to be more careful about the game and use Pokemon that I don't normally use, because that could spark up a connection with a Pokemon I would never think I would have one with. I don't think he's ever played a randomizer. I think I've always been a little less interested in the randomizers for some reason. I agree, they definitely do add a sense of replayability without burning out much from the game.
I was thinking earlier today, this is relevant to what you guys are talking about, I'm not just making a random transition here. Lately, I've been trying to build a spreadsheet, and I swear this is relevant. Where I've been trying to get a grasp on like new games that I want to play, because I've come to the realization that at the ripe age of 32, I've barely played like any games in my lifetime, and I've been like trying to build a system that like ranks my priorities and like what I'm most interested in and whatnot. So the point of this is I was thinking of maybe I should do something similar for ROM hacks. Because I think, like, there's so many ROM hacks and it'd be interesting to, like, have a system so that I know, like, which ones I'm interested in, which ones I think strike my fancy the most. Which ones are like, yeah, maybe... and have like varying degrees of maybe. I named my Snorlax after a Family Guy joke, but that was Haley's nickname. I did not choose it. Don't cancel me.
Isn't it such a good name?
Don't cancel me, it wasn't me! It's even fun. Okay, so here's the funniest thing about it. I have a joke planned for the ZA video, if I ever make it, that unironically somehow ties its way into the Snorlax thing. And it was like an unintentional connection. But good luck ever seeing the ZA video. Yeah, I would actually do investment gaming on ROM hacks. I was thinking, like, if investment gaming is gonna happen, I gotta, like, really trim the fat. I can't... I'm gonna have to, like, do a severe quality cut. And, like, I know every time I talk about quality versus quantity with my viewers, everyone's like, we want quality! Yeah, but if you want quality, you might never get a video. And that's the problem at hand. Like, I think I need to make I need to make cuts to... Now, I'm gonna still try to go all out with ZA, just because I've come this far with it. But... no, I have not given up on the ZA video. I will make it happen. Also, Sour Patch King, you are not on time. You're an hour late. But, like, I think after... yeah, exactly. Well, Corefish, I know you're saying you just want me to post anything at all, But I've definitely had conversations in the past on like quality versus quantity, and people always say quality. But I'm like, quality's nice and all, but if there's like zero quantity, then what good is quality?
Objection!
And I was having the thought that really there's a lot of stuff that I like was thinking about putting in my reviews that like isn't even really that important. Like really, what's the point of a review, right? Is it worth playing? Is it worth your time and money? That's kind of the whole shtick of investment gaming anyway. So, like, you could probably trim a lot of the fat on, like, explaining the ins and outs of the game and just be like, well, it was fun, or it was not fun. And here's the reasons why. But also, like, some of the cuts are probably gonna come more... The commentary is actually less of an issue. I think the bigger issue is probably, like, the video itself. Like, I think the editing is gonna have to take some cutbacks. But yeah, I've just been like a disaster class lately, so the ZA video's been very low on my priority list. Dude, how many more battles must we fight? My team is so banged up. Ian, just use a potion. See, I have that, like, mentality, like, that weird mentality of, like, hoarding, where I never want to use items, even though popping a few super potions is, like, whatever. Like, who cares? We aren't hitting. We're not hurting by spending $700 on a super potion. Also, Haley, why the hell did you leave a comment on YouTube?
It was easier to type on my phone than my computer. I have Twitch chat on my PC and YouTube chat on my phone. That was why I said objection to your comment.
Yeah, I think my opinion's useful, though. I mean, funnily enough, one of the things that has kind of inspired me to, like, want to do this with gaming lately is I remember someone wishlisted Sea of Stars, and I want to, like, I don't know if that person ever bought it, but, like, I really want to make a video roasting that game in hopes that they don't buy it. Because, man, Sea of Stars was such a letdown for me. I gotta roast it. Like, I think I'm actually more eager. Like, I'm almost inclined to make the Sea of Stars video first. Because I could just crank that one out quickly, roast it, and then, like, move on.
Roasting feels a little mean.
Nah, it needs roasted. That game was dog. It was not it. It dared try to walk in the footsteps of Chrono Trigger and failed miserably.
Well, at least you know what'll get you cancelled.
I don't have the right Pokemon out for this. I mean, I have a feel for what I want to do in investment gaming. I've had the idea for it for years. I actually have scripts written for games from several years ago, or like partial scripts. Um, the investment gaming idea is actually a very old idea of mine.
See, the people like Diabito.
Okay. It was a good name, I guess. Until I get canceled in 5 years.
Better than Fatty.
That wasn't my... What?
Fatty.
That was not a serious suggestion that I made. Now Haley is trying to get me canceled. Anyways, I guess my point is, I don't really need to know what I want to do for investment gaming. I just gotta find the time and energy. It's hard to want to sit down and make a video. It takes effort. Wait.
It is a Family Guy reference.
Bro. Okay, hold on. Let me go to Fuchsia and then I'll come back. Equinox?
I was talking shit about you earlier.
What?
Yes, I'm telling on you.
What?
He said that I needed to get on to you because you have not been to a stream.
I did not. What?
Yes, you did. Don't.
I said if you.
We
I
have
said.
missed you.
Whoa. Hold on. Back it up. I said. I don't remember what it was, but you brought up some topic, and I'm like, maybe you should talk to Equinox about it.
No, I was trying to get people to do my survey, and you were.
Oh, you said you needed girls for the survey. I said go ask Equinox, and then while you're at it, tell her to tune into a stream. I wasn't roasting her. Boy, Haley, you are killing me today. Haley is trying to go full-blown cancel Ian mode. Oh my goodness.
You said and yell at her for not tuning into streams.
Okay, that's a lot different than however you were phrasing it. Oh my god, dude. I'm getting cooked by a Pikachu. Yo, Equinox, your presence is actually kind of interesting tonight. We were low-key talking about trying to make Repo happen tonight. Wouldn't have worked due to Discord screwing you over? How is Discord screwing you over? I don't know if we're doing Repo now, because Tyler has no internet. But we have open slots if we end up doing that. Bro, how far does this route go? And there's just 18 million things banned and disabled your account? For what? I can make a joke right now, but it's mean and I'm not gonna make it. Not pertaining to you, Equinox, but Haley knows me well enough that she probably knows exactly what joke I'm thinking in my head. Oh no, that's weird. I can see your account just fine. Usually when accounts are like deleted or something, kind of like they disappear into the abyss. I really need to train this up. Yeah, all good things come to an end, and I get the feeling that Discord's time is nigh. Oh no, my attack fail. Whatever will I do? Yeah, I'm at the end, but I'm like skipping battles, so like I'm gonna have to double back. The way of Facebook. At this point, I'm surprised Facebook is even a thing still.
Now it's being held up by all the millennials.
You mean the boomers?
Boomers and millennials.
I don't know. I know like a lot of people that I knew from school have a Facebook account, but I don't think any of them actually use it anymore.
Time to go take on Lavender Town.
Well, Equinox, the good news is you have come to stream, and as stream host, I have missed you. So, welcome back to stream. Hopefully your Discord situation works itself out. Ha! Your move is ineffective against my thick fat. They call him Diabito. Wow, imagine
He
you...
wants cookie.
What the? I just got
he's got red.
one-tapped.
Well, yeah, it's high jump cape. If he hits you again, you're gonna get one tap once more.
Why did I know that was gonna happen? Staryu evolves but Waterstone. I'm waiting to level 33.
What move is that?
Minimize and Confuse Ray.
Hmm.
They're underwhelming moves, but they're better than some of the alternatives at this point in the game. I think I've had my Discord account maybe even long. Well, no, actually, I think I started using it after 2016. Now that I think about it.
I think I made my account in 2017.
Honestly, if my account magically got deleted, it might be a good thing.
Oh, his poor mother.
I'm pretty sure, like, if any of, like, my giga-old friends from 10 years ago decided they wanted to, like, embarrass the ever-living hell out of how cringe I was, they could probably do it. Hell, not even 10 years ago. You could probably go back like 6 or 7 years. I feel like it wasn't until the Haley era of my life that I stopped being a cringelord. A mega cringelord. Never said I wasn't still a little bit of a cringelord. Why am I losing here? What is going on? I am getting wrecked. Okay, but there's like varying degrees to cringelord, right? Like, now I'm just like a dad meme. But back in the day, I don't know. Plus, like, you could take anybody out of context probably and make them look like a monkey. Okay. Let's get to town, let's heal, and then we'll come back to this route. Which requires me to find the Poké Center.
I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna start making dinner.
Okay. Where is the Pokemon Center? I look like a father who drinks whiskey in the corner. Rum! I drink rum, damn it! Actually, that's not entirely true. I do sometimes drink whiskey, too. But I have a strong preference for rum. I like whiskey, but whiskey gives me a headache if I drink too much, and I always drink too much. Like, I get, like, bad hangovers from whiskey. I get hangovers sometimes, too, from rum, but the rum hangovers are a little more manageable. I only kinda want to die from a rum hangover. Yeah, I only drink whiskey if I know I'm only gonna have, like, 1 or 2. So, I'm not sure I fully understand Equinox. Couldn't you make another account now? Or is it like an IP ban or something? The sweet fruity drinks. I like a good fruity drink at a restaurant. And I don't care what people say about not drinking a manly drink or whatever. I don't care, man. I like my fruity drinks. Alcohol makes you sick. I mean, alcohol is basically poison. You can't really teach by, like, or like, you can't, it's... As host of this stream, I know that me, like, saying this vocally isn't exactly leading by example, but I strongly advise that if you've never touched alcohol in your life, don't. Alcohol is poison and it's so bad for you, but I hate myself, so here we are. To be fair, I have never in my life claimed to want to be anybody's role model. When my YouTube channel started taking off, I recognized that I carried a lot of power from that. So I tried to be mindful of how I presented myself. But nowadays I'm older and nobody watches me. So the influence part of this is so scary. Yeah, I think that's like the thing, right? There's a lot of people who get into YouTube or like content creation who kind of fluke into some success. I mean, it's always a little bit fluky, but like I think a lot of people sometimes just want to do something that they think is fun, and then next thing they know, they have like all this power that they didn't know they were gonna get their hands on. I think nowadays, though, and this is just me spitballing, I think the content creation space is so diluted that I can't imagine that, like, even if you have a large audience, there's probably not a ton of people that you're having, like, very significant influence over. Because it's just, like, so easy to follow so many different creators now. Like, back in the day, you might only follow a few people. Nowadays, it's like... you probably got a list of, like, 50 people you're watching and subscribed to. And, like, yeah, for me personally, like... I'm just using myself as an example. Like, I probably follow 30 to 40 YouTubers that I watch somewhat regularly. And I obviously have favorites and ones that I prefer over others, but... I don't know. I don't feel like I have a super close connection with any of them. Now, the two streamers I watch, I like, those are my guys. But even them, I feel like... I don't know. I've always been a lurker, though. I'm not really a good example. Yeah, parasocial relationships do be crazy. I don't disagree with that at all. This is a risky switch, but I really want to get my Staryu leveled up. It's kind of tricky, though, because, like... okay, that hurt. Abort. Abort! Okay, that was scary. I was like, I switched, why am I getting hit? Like, I have a relatively small community, right? So I feel like it's actually... like, this is almost parasocial of me, too. Like, I feel like I watch a lot of... like, I watch people who have big enough audiences that, like, they don't really seem like they have much of a connection with their viewers. But, like, for me, I feel like I get to know you guys all on a pretty... and I guess that's the parasocial part of it. Like, I don't know you guys on a personal level, but I know you well enough that, like, there's some sort of bond that gets developed. Like Equinox. I'm really happy Equinox came to my stream, because Equinox has been around the gig a long time. I get happy when I see my longtime viewers come around.
I think parasocial is a term that gets dragged, and a lot of people use it to describe instances where parasocial is not actually the appropriate term for it.
Yeah.
Some
That might
people
be
describe how you would act towards coworkers as parasocial. Like you said, you don't know them on a personal level. I mean, you don't really know your. Sometimes you don't know your coworkers on a personal level, but that doesn't mean you're not connected by something that allows you to still invest some form
I
of
think
connection into them.
parasocial's true form is when people are like basically almost thinking they have some sort of relationship with the creator when there's really nothing there. Like you
The
don't.
key to parasocialism is it being one-sided.
Yeah, like you're not gonna magically become BFFs or like, especially, and I think this is definitely a case where this probably impacts female content creators a lot more because there's a lot of weird dudes out there where they think just because they like toss them $1,000 at a female creator that they like magically can be friends or liked by them, when a lot of times that's not true. Like, I don't feel like that impacts guy creators quite as much. That's a weird topic though, and it's hard for me to really, I don't know if I really want to get too down that train of thought, because, well, A, I'm not a girl, so I don't know what it's like to be in that position, but B, I don't know. I think that's where, like, I think, like, that's one of the cases, though, where I think parasocial tends to be very appropriate as a serious issue. Yes, Haley is a psych major. It's a little more complicated than just a psych major, but to keep the conversation simple, yes, she's a psych major.
Oh, yes. I have my Bachelor's of Science in Psychology.
And you're like 2 weeks away from getting your master's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, someone who tossed their tax return at a stream and they thought they were dating, you laughed so hard at how silly it sounded, yeah. Like I said, that's a complicated rabbit hole and not really one I want to go down on my stream. But, that is an example of parasocial gone really wrong. And like I said, I would be that. I've never had this happen to me, thankfully. But like, if someone threw a lot of money at me and thought that that meant they could be my bestie, like, that would disturb me too. Like, I wouldn't like that. I've only had, in my long stream career, I've only had 3 people who donated a lot of money to me. And they were all really chill. Like, there was never anything weird about those viewers.
Thank you for your congratulations. And to answer your question, we have talked about it. It was a brief topic this past semester. We talked about parasocial relationships, and that mostly just comes from it was kind of warped in a way to apply to the therapist-client relationship. But whenever we talked about infidelity and, well, particularly emotional infidelity, we looked at how some people emotionally cheat with these influencers and these parasocial relationships, despite there being nothing there. So technically, it's not really cheating because the influencer doesn't even know. But, I mean, to the partner.
It's a modern topic, but it's relevant if you're going into therapy. You need to know what's going on in the world today. Little kids mostly don't understand that a YouTuber isn't their best friend. They spend so much time watching their favorite creators, but it isn't hanging out with them. Yeah. Especially because, again, it's one-sided. The creator doesn't know the other person or what their experiences are. So the creator, like, is just talking to someone for the first time, and the other person has a long history with that person. It gets, like, complicated.
And I think that can be a little bit more harmful for kids because whenever they're watching these TV shows, they're able to get plushies of Cookie Monster and pretend like Cookie Monster is their best friend. But whenever you drag them on YouTube on a little iPad, they're trying to do the same thing, especially with all this merch and stuff. So you get a lot of stories about people or kids like really overstepping the line when it comes to meetings and stuff.
There's also
but that just dives into parenting in itself.
There's also the fact that I think a lot of creators, like, there's a lot of history with, like, canceling and, oh, you learned something terrible about XYZ creator. And I think a lot of that has to do with, like, people who become big. Like, I think everybody lives their lives making major screw-ups here and there that they're not proud of. That's just part of growing and becoming an adult over time. But, like, when you're a creator, not only is your brain kind of warped from the fame to some extent, but then there's also the element of, like, you're still making your own regular life mistakes, and now you're in the spotlight. And, like, all it takes is one person to just, like, get angry at you and try to, like, take it out on you. And then next thing you know, everyone's like, oh my god, they're the worst person ever. I don't know, it's complicated. It's all very complicated. And it hits close to home, too, because, like, I don't know, my mental state broke for quite some time, and I definitely think YouTube was a contributing factor to that. A pretty big contributing factor. Equinox!
The only thing I really had to say to that is that people need to go outside.
Yeah, people do need to go outside more. The problem is it's the people that don't go outside that are the ones who drive things like that. Equinox, put this in your brain. My stream schedule has been consistent now for at least, what are we, 2-3 months in? And I think I've been pretty much standing by it. 7:30 p.m. Eastern US time on Friday nights, 3 o'clock Sundays Eastern US time. I've been very consistent with my schedule, so even if you can't see my Discord announcements or Twitch notifications, I'm always streaming Friday nights and Sunday afternoons. I'm also streaming, like, my opening segment to the Super Mega Skirmer YouTube channel, so if you're not getting Twitch notifications, you'll at least see them, the streams pop up on Twitch, or on YouTube.
Can concur, going outside is quite nice. Reminds you that there's more to life.
You like being here and seeing where old man Scarm ended up. You love his videos, got me into games. Now I see he drinks a lot just for gushers. True. I do drink for gushers. Hey man, have you seen the price of gushers in the store? That stuff's crazy. I don't know, I've come a very long way in life, in some ways for the better, in some ways arguably for worse. The Super Skarmory of 15 years ago was a very very, I don't know what the right word is. I wouldn't say happy, because I think I've always been a miserable person, but like, I don't know, I had like a very unjaded view of the world. Like,
Naive.
I don't know if naive is the right word.
Unjaded view of the world?
Well, like, I wasn't naive, like, I wasn't ignorant of the way the world was back then. I just, like, didn't let it bother me. I don't know. Based.
Resilient?
I would go that. No, not resilient. I'm looking for a positive word that, like, I don't know. Just a lot of years and a lot of baggage have dragged me down. But, like, it hasn't all been bad. Like, some of it has shaped me into a wiser, smarter person. But, like, that youthful energy that I had led to things that now, like, I don't have that drive. If that makes sense. Because, like, back in the day, I was, like, very gung-ho. I also probably, if I ever went and saw a therapist, would probably get some sort of OCD diagnosis.
For the last. Hi, my sweet darling love. Not OCD.
Okay, but you can't look at what I've been doing with my spreadsheets for the past 8 years and not think, okay, maybe he has a problem.
Yeah, I agree. That is not an obsessive compulsive action. That is simply perfectionism.
I don't know, man.
It's still obsessive compulsive, but it's obsessive compulsive personality disorder. OCD is like saying you have to wash your hands 5 times before you leave the house.
But there's different types of OCD, no? I'm not saying I have like the Howie Mandel level of OCD. I'm saying like I've just got some sort of underlying like weird off mild case of it.
Yes, you're correct. There are different kinds of OCD. There is OCD and there's OCPD.
Or maybe I'm autistic. Maybe that's it.
No.
Nah, I don't think I am either. I don't know. I just know that I'm something. I don't know what it is. But I look at the way that I sit around and think about like my projects and like all the things I think about in life. I just gotta be a little something screwy with the way I'm wired. You are Ian She-Haley, Tarzan. Fair, fair. You don't know what to do anymore? Equinox, I wish I could help you, but if you don't know, I don't know. Man, I went through like my whole super potion collection on this route. Give you AD. I mean, my spreadsheets do go hard, but they're... The problem is I've been working on them forever.
To further my claim... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. I finished my thought.
I'm like overlapping audio, starting to know when you stop talking. But to further my claim, OCD is considered ego dystonic, which means your actions are out of line with what you want to happen. But what you are presenting is ego syntonic, which is parallel to OCPD, which means you are completely aware of your spreadsheets and you're fine with that. They align with your values.
Fair enough.
I just make
Spreadsheet
eggs and I have a
stream.
turkey burger cooking in the air fryer.
The reason I couldn't do a spreadsheet stream is the same reason I couldn't do a Roller Coaster Tycoon stream. I sit around and I think so much about like what I'm wanting to do and accomplish that it's like beyond the point of being entertaining. You know, originally I was gonna run Minimize Confuse Ray, but I'm kind of thinking I'd rather keep Swift over Confuse Ray. Minimize is definitely better than Rapid Spin, though. Oh god, video editing? Hell no. Hell no.
I have seen some people do work streams.
I've actually done an editing stream or two, like, way back in the day, but... More about productivity for you than entertainment for us. See, that's the thing, though. I don't really feel the desire to stream stuff just for the sake of, like, streaming it. I'd rather my stream time be for the express purpose of entertaining people. Especially since I don't stream a lot in the first place. Corefish, you have so many wonderful thoughts and ideas, but a lot of them are contingent on the fact that, like, I have time and energy. Both of which I am in short supply of. If I was unemployed and I hit the lottery, or Haley was like the Giga breadwinner bringing in that do-re-mi, then maybe we could be having a different discussion if I was doing this full-time. Yeah, I wanted everyone to see the ZA review too, but I think that's also why I really shouldn't have talked about it until it was, like, further along. I don't know. I'll try to put some time in soon, TM. Did I really leave my water stone in the PC box? Am I stupid? I might be stupid. Man, it took a full 2-hour stream just to do this route. I was thinking, like, we'd be, like, at Cinnabar Island by now. And instead, we're, like, not even 5 gyms. The Giratina montage stream. I might do the bike trail too before I do the next gym, just so I can grind out more levels. Because I probably can't stream this a whole lot longer, because I did try to make plans with my friends tonight, so... I don't want to, like, delay my friends if we're hanging out. Yes, I got the leftovers.
I feel like he's making a joke.
What?
Guys, if any of you ask me in the comments, Ian, where is the Quick Claw? It's right here.
I don't know, I didn't interpret that question as a joke. Oh crap! I forgot the whole reason I went- Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I went back to get my water stone, and I didn't get the water stone. Ah!
I want to think of fun questions to ask, but I don't really know. I feel like we've already went over what everyone's ideal type and team would be if they were a gym leader. We already did starters. Good. We're maybe... Ian, do you have a favorite gym badge design?
I probably did at one point in time, but I think that information got removed from memory as being no longer important.
I think my favorite has to be Valerie's Very Bad.
Body Slam. I guess Body Slam is better than Headbutt, especially since I'm probably not causing flinches that often anyway.
Although, back in the old days, I loved Sabrina's gym badge.
The heart?
Mm-hmm.
That's pink? Wow, who could have predicted that?
Yeah, and then we moved on to the fairy badge that was also pink.
Alright, I'm gonna try... Oh, I should just use Dragon Rage. I keep forgetting that Dragon Rage is a flat 40. I keep thinking it's like Seismic Toss, where it's like your level. Dragon Rage is actually kind of OP.
Yes.
Early
Correct.
on. My voice is really relaxing for you. Yeah, I feel like my shtick as a streamer is relaxing. But also relaxing doesn't really attract an audience. Because all the zoomers want LOL XD 460 no scope permanent.
That's not
hyper-
true. Bob Ross gets viewers.
Yeah, from boomers like me.
Well, Ian, I hate to say it, but I have access to everyone's information. I took my survey from your server. Everyone's a boomer.
Yeah, that's why the people want. Look, my audience is the people who still stuck around.
Wait,
So of course my audience is older. My problem isn't the audience I have. The problem is you know, growing a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. A tiny bit.
where's Valerie from? You saying Valerie is from Johto?
There might be some new wild Pokemon to hunt, but I'm not gonna do it right now. Valerie is from Johto? What?
Holy shit, that's my mom. That's my mom. I literally swear that's my mom. Okay, like out of all the regions, if I had to have an origin, it would totally be fucking Johto. Because of my ties to Heart Gold, Soul Silver. So the fact that Valerie, the fairy gym leader, is from Johto, that's my mom.
Yeah, I know, making videos would help the growth. Making videos also takes effort. Thus the problem.
Ian, I'm sick.
I know. What am I looking at?
My name in Twitch chat.
It's pink?
Oh, it's gray to me.
Oh, pink to me.
Oh my gosh, the Kimono Girls. See, I used to always pretend I was like, okay, I am outing myself. Whenever I did have a little Sylveon phase, okay, walk with me, I did pretend I was like the youngest little sister of the Kimono Girls, and everyone had their little evolution, and then I came along with my Sylveon.
Bro, that's a pretty good origin story. You should stick
Right?
with that.
That was
You
pretty good!
You should go back to that.
And Valerie can be my mom! Even though we like literally don't look like whatsoever, but it's okay, she's mother.
Alright, I'm skipping Confuse Ray and keeping Swift, even though it's not that great. Alright, we got our jewels. So now my squad is fully evolved, except for Dratini. Two. Bam. Okay. Well, we are in an interesting spot here. It is 9:30. You know, I had a hunch that Xeon was not talking about League scrims, and I was right. I'm pretty sure he plays... Those were Eternal Return scrims. Disham, are you listening? I see you're on my viewer list. Xeon said probably another 20 to 30 minutes. I forget what you said last night for your time limit, till he's available. I want to say you said you were available till 12:30? Is that right?
For what?
What do you mean for what?
Like, what are we doing?
I'm still figuring that out.
Okay.
We could roll as a foursome for Repo, or we could play League, one or the other. I think Stream would probably prefer Repo.
Yay.
I would be okay with League. Cutoff is probably 1 tonight? Okay. Yeah, you might have missed it, Disham, but Tyler doesn't have internet. Apparently he's moving on Monday, and he got his internet, or like he canceled his internet, and they cut it early. So, yeah. You would need to re-download Repo. Well, you have probably 20 minutes to half hour. Because I would be okay with playing Repo. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. I'm gonna AFK. I'm gonna refill my beverage. And then we got 20 more minutes to probably play a little more Fire Red Leaf Green. So I'll explore Fuchsia City. We'll play a little bit more Fire Red Leaf Green, and then we'll pivot to After Hours, and we'll see what Zeon and Disham wants to do, but maybe we do Repo. Anyways, BRB. Thanks for tuning in.
Chat, I can't lie. You gotta promise not to tell though, okay? You gotta promise you gotta swear on your life. I don't know if I really want to play Repo. I don't feel like getting scared. Anyway, so back to Unite. So because I know every single one of you is curious, I main mages and supports, or I guess attackers and supports. My first main and ever continuing on main is Gardevoir. I also play a lot of Espeon. I can play I can mostly play any of the special attack mages. Supporters, I basically play enchanters. Any healers? I'm waiting for my burger patty to get done cooking. I finally met Mr. Fuji. Oh yeah. Now I can finally stop this. I do crimes or enable it. That is incredible. Unite is more like Pokemon League of Legends. You know, that's a good question. Okay, is this done? Would I get salmonella if I eat this now? I can't wait anymore. Oops, sorry, I know that was loud. I just burned the heck out of my hand. I think I've been lucky enough to never have food poisoning. Guys, can I ask you a serious question? Do y'all actually think I'm mean? You can be honest. I feel like you guys only ever see me whenever I'm acting like a narcissistic brat or something. Because if that's true, I just want to reiterate and say Ian's a narcissistic brat. Kidding, kidding. No Riven equivalent. Good question. I can only think of one ability of Riven, so I'd have to look into that.
Alright, I'm back. Man, Fuchsia's big. I feel like we're gonna be here a while. The move deleter? For some reason I thought the move deleter was later in the game. You re-downloaded repo? Nice. I think if we do play repo tonight, I'm gonna tell Xeon we just go without mods. We could do mods a future night if we give it another go.
I haven't even set up my mic, if I'm being totally honest. I don't think it'd take a huge amount of effort though.
I would hope not. Oh right, your mic. I forgot you talked to me on your phone. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, all I have to do is plug it in and then enter the score through my PC.
Have I been enjoying Yakuza off stream, by the way? Yes, Haley.
That's how you're gonna talk in just a couple years.
What?
The old man then went he fa 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 fa.
Oh, bro. I played Chapter 2 Wolverell. Originally, I was planning on playing Chapter 3, or at least starting it on tonight's stream. But, we have pivoted to... Well, I still might. If we get into, like, the Giga late hours, I might still play Yakuza. But I've organized Bro Night, and we might play, Repo? Or I might chase off my entire audience playing League, and then nobody will watch Yakuza. Damn it, Tyler! You had one job! Godin, Godin, Godin. Godin, Godin, Godin.
Nico Nico Ni is best decision.
Well,
where is my
Disham said he could play till 1, so if we played to 1, that would be 3 hours. And I'll be up later than 1, so... Yeah, I might play some more Yakuza tonight. But yeah, I played Chapter 2. Chapter 2 kind of dragged because there was some point in it where you had to, like, get a bunch of dudes a different alcohol. And I'm like, really? I have to go all over this damn town just to, like, get a bunch of dudes booze? Yes. Yes was the answer. Did I improve my karaoke skills? Nope. Wait, is this the entrance to the Safari Zone? No.
So, fun fact, I don't even remember if I brought my mic over from the other house.
Oh my god, Haley, you had one job.
But, I mean, I swear it was attached, so I would have taken it anyway. I can't find it.
I'm surrounded by baboons. Hold on, let me correct that statement. I'm surrounded by buffoons. Wolverine, I need your expertise. Who said that in the English dub of Digimon? Oh, Mercurymon in Frontier said that. Ooh, Ultra Balls. Ultra Balls are expensive. What the hell? Ain't nobody got money for this. Oh, finally Full Hills. I'll take like 20 of those. In the older Pokemon games, I've actually come to really appreciate, like, keeping my bag clean. So, like, I'll use up my remaining antidotes, paralyze heals, burn stuff and whatnot. And then, like, it'll be full heals from then on out. It costs more, but I don't care. Frontier's your favorite Digimon season? No way! Equinox, have we ever actually talked about Digimon? I feel like there's no way we haven't had a conversation about Digimon before. Frontiers was my first, and it's still my favorite. Despite its many flaws. But, flawed though it may be, I still love it. 21354. Yeah, I haven't seen 5, so I would probably rank... Oh man, that's tough. I mean, obviously 4 is number 1. The problem is like, in 1 and 2, I like both of them, but I like different arcs. Like, I love the Myotismon arc in Season 1, and I love the Kaiser arc in Season 2. And I like the beginning of Season 1 as well. I don't really like the Dark Masters arc or the Edamon arc. And in Season 2, everything after the Kaiser arc is kind of whatever. I mean, I think I've probably seen your plushies, Equinox. I think it's more like... How have we never talked about Digimon before? I feel like we would have had to have. You've been around my stream since me and Haley started dating. Surely, at some point we've talked about Digimon. Right? Right? I like Tamers too, but I haven't watched Tamers in forever. Haley, we should watch Digimon together.
Perchance.
Digimon's like background stuff, like you don't have to intensely pay attention to it. I think it's dumb that the timer counts in the rest house. Yeah, Digimon usually comes up from Wolverell, that is true. Your favorite Digimon came from Tamers? And what is your favorite Digimon? Edamon, Dark Master are your favorites? Yeah. I have such a soft spot for the Myotis Monarch. The Myotis Monarch is so good. Kalumon? Is that the little dude that just, like, kind of follows the party around the whole game? I'm a little rusty on, all my names. He's got, like, a triangle on his head or something, right? I actually don't know what my favorite Digimon is. Digimon's kind of complicated, though, because it's not like Pokemon, right? Like, in Pokemon, you have an evolution line. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I know who Kellamon is. Like, in Pokemon, it's, like, easy. It's like, okay, I like Charizard, and thus you like Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, right? But in Digimon, like, because the evolution lines could kind of do whatever the hell they want, it's, like, a little bit more complicated to pinpoint a favorite. Like, I feel like in Digimon, it's more like, who is your favorite character? Like, I really loved Lobomon and Garurumon? No. Whatever Lobomon's beast spirit was. Like, when I was a kid, I was like, whoa, he's got a lightsaber! That's so cool! And I liked Koji, even though Koji was a massive douche for, like, the first half of the season. He kind of never stopped being a douche, but he at least kind of grew. I also really like Kazemon and Zephyrmon, but that just makes me feel like I'm a gooner for saying that. What can I say? I was starting to approach that age when I first saw Digimon. Yeah, Magna Garurumon, that's the one. You like Angelomon? Yeah, Angelomon's kinda gooner bait, too. Oh, no, Kendo Garurumon. Right. I just like Koji. I was, like, going through my edgy teenage phase, and Koji was the edgy boy, so, like, you know, it was like a match made in heaven. And Zoe was the only girl, and she was Italian, and I'm like, first waifu, baby! Would you... Okay, so I know Wolverell would like this. If I streamed Digimon Time Stranger, would you guys actually like that? You thought she was more annoying than Kid TK? Bro, no way. Kid TK was so annoying. Kid TK? I think the only character that tops Kid TK is maybe Tommy. And I'm not even sure I buy that. Tommy had his moments in Frontier. Susanoo-Amon was awesome, but that's like cheating. That's like being like, yeah, I like Rayquaza. I don't know. I feel like Susanoo-Amon is just like, okay, but the evolution sequence in episode 50? It was either 49 or 50, where all 5 of them evolve into Susanoo-Amon. That stuff was so hype. Digimon keep turning into half-clothed ladies? Yeah. Well, Tommy was annoying, but, like, that's kind of the point, right? Like, the little kids were just annoying. I thought TK was probably the most grating. Tommy was annoying, but Tommy did have some good moments. Well, yeah, all the spirits fused. I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, there was 2 Susanoo-Amon evolutions. One was where it was just Takuya and Koji, and then there was one where it was all 5 of the kids. I still think Frontier could have been like Frontier's my favorite, but man, was there some wasted potential. The last arc of the game was, or of the show, was rough. There was a lot of potential there that I felt like never got realized. The obvious choice is that those 4 kids they introduced late in the show should have got the other 4 spirits. I know the problem with that is then you would have had like, theoretically, if all 10 spirits came together, they were supposed to be OP as hell. But, I mean, like, couldn't you just write it where they got separated or something? Like, it should have been possible to work around that. I don't know, maybe they were afraid that they'd just be juggling too many characters at that point. I watched the first 2 episodes of Beat Break, and then I decide I can't watch this on a weekly basis. But once Beat Break is further along, I'm gonna, like, watch it. I've heard people are really hyped about it. It sounds like it's doing well. I found the first 2 episodes to be kinda slow, but Digimon always starts off a little slow, so I don't know if that really says a whole lot. I thought the animation quality was incredible. I thought the character designs were clean. The main character seemed a little rough around the edges. But I thought the world was cool, too. Part of the reason I love Frontier so much is Frontier was, without a doubt, the coolest of the first 4 Digimon worlds. Like, Frontier had lore, man. It was good. But Beat Break seems like it has good, like, world building, too. That's kind of my point. Tamers had a lot of lore, but its Digimon world was really boring. Wait, I thought this was the rest house where you got the teeth from. Am I wrong? Oops.
I'm pretty sure the teeth is in the Safari Zone.
I'm in the Safari Zone, you baboon.
Oh, sorry, I haven't been watching. No, it's out in like an open field. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
I thought it was in one of the rest houses. This is where I came from, right? Oh, I'm out of steps. Rip. Okay, well, it's okay. I imagine Xeon's gonna probably be done soon. So, I think this is a good place to leave off Fire Red and Leaf Green. I'll probably explore the Safari Zone more off of stream to work on the Pokedex a little bit. I mentioned it at the start of stream, but I know most people weren't here at the time. Between streams, I did some level grinding, which is now kind of irrelevant. And I did a ton of game quarter grinding. So we added our last Pokemon member, Dratini. I got an Ice Beam TM. I got some hold items for my Fire, Water, Grass Pokemon. I got the Confusion Yellow Flute. And I think that's everything, right? Point is I did a lot of off-screen stream grinding, and I'll probably do a little bit more this go-round as well. In the Safari Zone. I might not before the next stream, though, because next stream, what I'll probably do... I will probably go try to hit up the bike trail, and we'll do this side. And then I'll do the gym. And then we'll do... I mean, this might be the entire next episode. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. I think once we get through all of these, like, super long routes and, like, we grind a little bit, I think we'll be, I think we'll be good. Yeah. Alright, so this is going to be where I wrap up Fire Red Leaf Green for the YouTube folk. I will continue stream tonight. We're going to try to play Repo with my friends, and it should be a very fun and unique experience. So if you're watching on YouTube, I highly encourage you to come over to Twitch for After Hours. And if I go super deep into the night, I might play Yakuza. So if you're watching on YouTube, you really should tune into Twitch, because there's more to do. But this is going to be it for Fire Red Leaf Green tonight. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the Fire Red Leaf Green segment. And, yeah. Time to hit the end stream button. One of these days I'll find out how to transition this. End stream.